deck of cards. At least it is, to the ordinary eye. To me, it's something that changed my life, taught me a new way of seeing things. Let me show you something. That was a card spring. I saw someone do this on YouTube the other day and thought, wow, that's so cool. I want to do that too. So I tried, except my first tries looked something like this. Yeah, I wasn't quite there yet. So I searched up, how do you do a card spring? Sources told me that I needed to perfect my waterfall to even imagine getting my card spring right. Now, a waterfall, I couldn't do either. My first attempts at the waterfall looked something like this. Yeah, I wasn't quite there yet. So I searched up, how do you do a waterfall? And people told me that I needed to get my dribble right. For reference, a dribble looks something like this. Except my dribbles looked something more like this. How do I do this? I just didn't know. So I searched up how to do a dribble, and they told me two things. First, I needed to know how to riffle through the cards. Anyone can do that, right? Except the second, most basic, most important thing, I needed to know how to hold a deck of cards. Yeah, you heard me right. I couldn't just hold them anyhow. I couldn't hold them like this. I couldn't hold them like this. I had to hold them one specific way to even imagine perfecting my dribble. Once my dribble was ready, my waterfall was a piece of cake, and soon I could make the cards fly in between my fingers. That's what reverse thinking is. It's not genius, it's not luck, it's not rebellion. It's simply the courage. The courage to ask a question that you never would have dared to. The funny thing about the card spring is that you don't learn a card spring by springing the cards. Now, I know what you're thinking, and no, I haven't gone insane. Just give me a second here. You learn a card spring by mastering what stops you from doing a card spring. The waterfall and the card spring have very similar approaches to them. You hold the cards and you bend them inwards. The difference lies in the release. So, if I were to release this deck of cards diagonally, I would get a card spring. But if I were to release them vertically, I would get a waterfall. You know what I've noticed? We often chase the right answer without even knowing if we're solving the right question. Think about it. We memorize, we copy, and we repeat what has already worked for others. But the ones that stand out are the ones that flip the question in itself. Think fresh, because it removes the invisible assumptions in your mind. Instead of asking, how do I get people to read more? We should ask, what makes people avoid reading? Instead of asking, how do I go faster? We should be asking, what is slowing me down? Let's try something right now. Think of one thing in your life that keeps bugging you, a problem that you can't seem to get rid of. Now, I don't want you to solve it, I want you to flip it. What is feeding the problem? What is the assumption you're carrying? And what is the friction that you're refusing to let go of? The moment you answer that, the path to fixing your problem becomes embarrassingly clear. History shows it, science shows it, life shows it, and more so over, I'm showing you. Forward thinking leads you to where everyone already is. But reverse thinking, it leads you to where nobody thought to go. So, here's what I want you to take with yourself today. When the world rushes forward, pause, take a breath, and think. When everyone adds, subtract, and when the question feels too heavy, flip it over and over and over until it finally begins to make a sliver of sense. Because in a world where everyone's trying to be logical, solving the puzzle backwards gives you an edge by letting you be illogical on purpose. So, consider thinking from the blind spot, not because it's cool or quirky or edgy, but because It opens your eyes to a new, fresh perspective that you would never have explored. And maybe, finally, the cards will fly in between your fingers.